giveaway. We can talk about some details. I like doing giveaways. I'm a big giveaway guy. So I'm sure you guys in the chat are big lovers of winning things. So
everyone loves free stuff. I want to give a shout out though to, what team is this? SupRyzeImBack for being an LCS order. I didn't have to move any of them. So
yeah, they've done it both games. They've been great.
Yeah, I love that. It makes it easier for the audience to watch, makes it easier to cast. I don't have to move around champion portraits. But we are on the Rift. We should see actually an invade, of course, Blitzcrank. Although Cheeto's rule, kind of being a little bit BM, playing the Apple Blitzcrank skin. It's actually banned in LCS.
Yeah, that hook's just a little bit. The hitbox on it is the same, but the sizing of the image and the animation is somewhat larger, so
very hard to see and to predict.
Anyways, it's going to be a total rotate around from our blue side. Out comes the elastic slingshot. Crano gets that one cancelled up by the Kassadin. Of course, that one can happen. Will flash over the wall, but immediately gets cell division. And Dead Internals here. He's rocking that pow and will pick up the first blood. He's got something to get excited about. Some bonus gold to go back to base with.
So, fun fact, obviously Sayonara just got cut out there, but if you teleport to Zax's blob, you actually make him invulnerable. 2 damage. I feel like Renekton was sitting on that teleport. He could have been really scumbag. I think that they could have possibly saved his life. Obviously, it was a questionable flash because he flashed right into Jinx. If he had teleported to one of Zax's passive blobs and had the team collapse. I don't know. Maybe it would have ended poorly, but obviously, team's just getting out-positioned. Not where you want to be, especially for the jungler. Not going to delay him too much, though. He's going to get back to his blue buff in time, but doesn't have his passive, doesn't have his flash.
Yep, and he was forced to start that elastic slingshot as well, which did get cancelled before he could get anywhere. So he's going to have a slower and less sustained jungle clear as well from this level 1. But we've got some details in now about our giveaway. We'll be giving away Spec Ops The Line after this game. So if you guys are looking to win something, you know to hang around. And we will make sure that we get that one out into the chat. Whoa, hook in the bottom lane directly on towards Joker, so he's in trouble already, and Cheeto's rule always makes this, already making this one work. They drop a lot of damage onto Joker, and he's in trouble early. Dead Internal makes Thresh pay as well. Bottom lane, again, sitting in the favor of SupRyzeImBack.
Really nice play from John Din right there on the Thresh to pretty much stall that out. I think if he hadn't hit that play on both members, Joker would have either been forced to flash, he would have been forced to burn a summoner or pay with his life, so obviously not the situation they want to be in, but good counter right there. I'm actually surprised that they're getting completely bullied. I'm even more surprised that Blitz decided to go coin as opposed to Runic. Obviously, he's melee range, so he can actually proc the passive on the minions and get the execute for it. It helps pushing the wave again, and we talk about how it's so vital and key, especially against Thresh and Blitzcrank, to have the wave pushed for you. You always think about, you know, I don't want to be next to Thresh or Blitzcrank, looking at the top lane, making sure that no one's going to die here, because I don't want to get pulled into tower. But it's so much easier to hit those hooks when you don't have minions in front of you. So definitely a huge advantage for Cheeto's rule right here. He can have his picking of hooks that he wants.
Yep, absolutely. Zach made his way up to the top lane, was looking for a gank. Now there's going to be a stun in the mid lane on towards Tim the Pope. Eats a couple of balls. He plays 100 skills, gets the feeling there's probably a gank going down. There it is, the elastic slingshot comes in, drops the ignite on towards Tim the Pope, and Sayonara gonna be saying sayonara to his opposing 100 skills. So was that a jump out of a Blitzcrank grab in the bottom lane? I feel like it was.
I think it was. It has to be really well timed though, because Tristanon's rocket jump effectively gets cancelled by everything in its mother. So perfect timing there. It's bad.
In the top lane, doing some stuff. Hook does miss from Jodin. Cheeto's rule misses his grab as well. So they're just throwing hooks for the numbers, just to get the numbers up and out there. And Herbert takes somewhat of a poor trade against Kassadin up there right now. So, gonna see how that one continues to go down. Herbert did lose out first blood last game, and again returning to this bottom lane. It is just trade advantage in favor so hard of SupRyzeImBack. I mean, they're up 16 CS already. Wow.
And it's the smart move to do. It's very hard for Tristana to last hit on tower due to the fact that she's not only trying to last hit under tower, which can be difficult on its own, but she's also competing with her own explosive shot. Obviously, this will even out as she gets more points and she's able to just manhandle waves and clear them effectively. But good read from Dead Internal to recognize, again, they're so good, they'll constantly have the wave push. And I say this all the time, there is literally no reason that you shouldn't push your wave. The only reason that people don't do it is obviously it opens you up for a gank. But if you have, I mean, obviously, if you're confident with your warding, if you're confident that you can get out of it, you have your flashes available. You have a support that can protect you. Obviously, you have the flame choppers as well. There's no reason. There's so many more advantages to having the wave push. There's no way the enemy team can engage on you because they're fighting you and their horde of minions behind you. Makes it easier to land those skill shots because obviously more time is devoted to finding these CS. So you can find any trade that you want. You can just pot shot 4 days. Obviously, chip away at the tower. Jinx very effective at doing that. I feel like they have their strategy completely figured out, and unfortunately, the jungler is just not paying attention. Cyanor should be finding these ganks, and he has the advantage because they're on the purple side, so he can elastic slingshot over that brush from behind the tower, but hasn't really found his stride. Obviously, lost his flash early game, so a little bit dangerous.
Do you feel as though he's going to be waiting for that level 6 point and getting the let's bounce in here onto towards this bottom lane?
Yeah, I definitely think that that's where he's going to look. He is actually on his white, so could see it possibly, although it's very sketchy because his bot lane is very low, at least under half health. They are trying to pot up. Wish I could click on Tristana to see if she's running lifesteal. Let me check. Up, here he comes. Maybe look for the lantern. Will he look for the elastic slingshot?
It's about to find out. He's setting himself up. You mentioned it, over the wall into the back of this tower bush. This is risky. Will Thresh go for that starting hook to lead it in? It's actually going to be the Blitzcrank Rocket Grab coming out first, and Cyanor actually just says, no, I can't even come in here, and is forced to just leave this gank and go nowhere near it.
I feel like that was a bit of a mistake. You saw that John Din was actually looking for the hook. What he needed to do is they got so close, he should have just walked up for the flay, and then immediately tried to chain CC from the, like if the elastic slingshot had timed the play, but hold on a second, because there's a gank at the top lane.
Absolutely, in comes the pony. Shows how much of a rainbow unicorn he really is, and then just immediately leaves the lane.
On the top lane, though, Cyanor does find his elastic slingshot. But as I was saying, I feel like he should have flayed and chained the CC with the elastic slingshot into a death sentence. So I feel it was a little premature to give up on that. But, you know, obviously they're having their communication. They made the call. Bot lane's still not going in their favor. In fact, across the board, lane's not really going in the favor. 48 to 26 is the big CS from the top lane. Cast into Renekton. That's a 10 CS advantage with a huge wave actually pushed on Renekton's tower.
Yep, absolutely. Caston finds himself another window to go free base without any pressure. Thank you, Rainbow Unicorn, for viewing my lane and helping me go to the base. So he's 6 now. And what does that mean for the changing scenario in that top lane? Renekton, does he have a kill potential onto Caston when he hits 6? So is Caston just wait and just backs out? Bottom lane, never mind, it's going to be a gank. Rocket jump goes in from Jokar, and Dead Internal will be picked up. He's going to be the first one. Now it's going to be the focus back on towards Cheeto's Rule. Rocket jump goes forwards again for Jokar, but the overdrive is there for Cheeto's Rule. He can't really do anything. There's a Rainbow Pony lurking in the background as well. He might go for a rocket grab. Not going to be going for it quite yet. But Cyanor is sticking around. Wedge is here. Will they make the grab play on him? He's actually running the wrong direction. Out comes that elastic slingshot. Gets knocked up in the middle of that one. They're going to go on towards Cyanor. Do they have the damage? Flashes away. Will be popped into that passive cell division. I'm not sure if they're going to be able to put the damage down. Rocket grab goes on towards Jokar. They're going to force the hit out of him and pick him up. And then they can just turn around onto this Zac. Wedge is going to flash away right now. And Cheeto's Rule is the one trying to do the damage. Can't quite get underneath that turret for the kill. But kill advantage heavily favoring SupRyzeImBack.
Mechanical misstep from Cyanor, huge. So there was, I like to call it DUI. They effectively are like drunk swerving across the lane trying to avoid, of course, Dominus popped in the top lane, but I'm pretty sure they're both going to walk away from that. He was trying to avoid the hook when literally all he needed to do was walk back to his tower and burn the flash to dodge the hook. There's no point in burning your flash to create distance. That's like when a fat person uses an escalator, is how he just used flash right there. You needed to use the flash to dodge the CC, and in return, he got his AD carry killed. Like I said, he should have just walked in a straight line and just flashed the hook. Instead, he burns his flash, the AD carry loses his life, and he almost loses his own life, loses his passive, so... Yep. Not where they want to be.
Not really indeed. And now up in that top lane, Cassidy's just forcing Renekton out over and over and over again. Go on base, and Calorian, he's got a love for this Lich Bane, you have to say.
I think he's going to go Gauntlet. He could go Lich Bane, but I've seen more Cassidy's go Gauntlet because obviously it's going to give them chase potential as well as kite potential. Does have the Sheen obviously hitting very hard, still with that CS advantage, and that's actually a really big wave that Herbobert. That's a fantastic name. Herbie's gonna miss.
Yep, misses out on that XP, gets back to lane, cleans up what he can, but he needs something to happen. Cassidy now base and picks up the Tear of the Goddess. He's comfortable with how he's trading currently to go for an item that guarantees no trading stats.
I'd say a 9-minute tier. Not the worst thing in the world, but a little bit late. Typically people, like you think about Ryze when they take teleport to the top, they'll literally burn that teleport just to get the tier as quickly as possible. I feel it's slightly late, but we'll see how he does with it.
Yep, absolutely. Does have that creep advantage. He gets back to the lane as well. Teleport will be available in 2 seconds for him. But now in the bottom lane, Cyanor is going to be coming down. Death Sentence does go on towards Dead Eternal. They jump on top of him, flashes out from the Elastic Slingshot. Let's bounce as well. Meanwhile, there's a gank going to be happening in that top lane. And Cassidy is going to be picking up the kill and the benefactor of that one. Now down in the bottom lane, Jinx is finally going to fall. Cheeto's Rule will be able to get underneath that turret. He's looking for some more aggression. There's a roam coming out from 100 Skills. Was looking for that one, but not quite able to do it. And now Wedge just gets into his opposition's jungle, has that advantage of knowing exactly where he is and takes it away. But hang on, this could be the first dragon of the game, and it will be going over to the guys onto the side of Zermability. Oh, hang on, man, like a Dance Rocket will pick up Zac, and that's going to be trouble. In comes the teleport, they get the dragon, they're going to be running away from this one, but Cheeto's Rule runs in, gets the knock up on towards Joden, and Cassidy cleans up for the kill. So, dragon for 2 kills. That's generally a worth marker, is it not?
It's very close. It was a fantastic rocket. Obviously, they were trying to make the read that we saw that Wedge had appeared top, so we could get a numbers advantage on the dragon, but very low. Weren't able to juggle the aggro effectively. Yeah, they got the dragon, but a gold lead is still in favor of SupRyzeImBack. So, still not quite finding their stride where they need to be. That top lane, though, I want to talk about John Din. Again, he led into that that previous gank that led them into the numbers advantage for the dragon with a death sentence, a very risky death sentence. He managed to hit it, but again, I cannot emphasize enough, he needs to lead with his flay. When he's in flay distance, there's no reason not to lead with it. It's a much larger area of CC to hit that allows you to have an easy hook like that. He got lucky that time, but we'll see if that luck continues for him.
Yep, absolutely. Meanwhile, he's going to return to that bottom lane, so we'll have to see how he continues to play in the future. 100 Skills on the mid lane, just can't win these trades. Shockwave actually burned. I don't think it got on towards anyone. Both junglers now showing up towards the bottom lane. Elastic Slingshot gets charged up, goes. Dead Internal gets knocked back, and now Jokar is actually locked up, and Wedge is here on the side as well. Cyanor gets exhausted, gets killed, so he's going to be the first one, but in comes that kill on towards Jinx, and now the reset's coming out of Jokar. He will pick himself up a double kill, and all that jungle pressure down towards the bottom lane finally pays off for Zermability.
Huge resets from Jokar right now. Looking at the gold he's sitting on, only has 1,000, so not able to pick up that BF sword. Is going to go ahead. I wonder which direction he's going to go. If he's going to grab a crit cloak. Obviously, he's looking for that eye edge here, but... Oh, hold on, though. The top lane, Dominus getting procced.
Absolutely. Dominus comes out. Renekton's trying to be that big, scary crocodile. And Cassidy just says, "You're not scary. You're just a handbag."
I think that might be Trinity Cassidy. He has the workings of a phage.
Oh, and he barely misses cancelling out the base as well. That's interesting. Talk to me about Trinity Force Cassidy.
I feel like it's more disrespect than it is actually a viable item, because you have to think, hold on, hook going down.
Zerdin just gets locked up, and Wedge is here on the backside. They will have the damage. He comes in, he picks up the kill. Getting excited now is Dead Internal. Cyanor on the other side says, nope, I'm going to hop over a wall. I just need to bail on this one.
That's actually a really nice elastic slingshot from Cyanor. I think I would have ate that one straight into the trees. But fantastic hook from Cheeto's Rule. Talking about the Trinity Force, though, because you have to think, if he goes the Iceborne Gauntlet, he also gets the armor against his lane, Renekton, with that burst potential. So I still feel that I mean, Trinity, it's going to give him, what, attack speed? It's going to give him that kite potential as well, just because the Phage, he has the Sheen for the, he actually has a Sheen proc now. Look at it, proc it on Renekton.
Yep, does. Drops a bunch of damage. The Phage is there, so he will have extreme chase potential. Rift walks forward, and here comes the kiting from a melee character. Does a lot of damage on the Herbobird. One more. Oh my god, the flash away from Herbobird right on top of the Rift walk. Bottom lane, though, it's going to be another kill picked up by Jinx, and now Joden is going to be the second kill picked up. They pick up the turret as well, and it is jungle pressure for days in this bottom lane. That's the only place they want to be. Elastic Slingshot gets Cyanor away, but he does get red buffed up by GP Wedge. Wedge is trying to get on. Jinx is dropping that damage as quickly as she can, and out comes the Let's Bounce. In the top lane, though, Herbobird must have found the Dominus and managed to dive back in on towards Cassidy. And he'll pick that one up. Mid lane, though, it's going to be the base coming out from 100 Skills, and Tim the Pope putting a lot of pressure down. He might actually get that turret right here, right now, doing a lot of damage to it. Yeah, he's going to pick that one up. So it is going to be 2 turrets to 1 in favor right now. Oh, in the bottom lane, Elastic Slingshot. Cyanor, he's not quite done. Drops in. Joker is taking a bunch of damage. Can he find it? Will manage to find the kill on towards that Jinx. And Cell Division is here. Death Sentence on a Cheetos rule. That will be a Death Sentence for this time. Rock could jump in from Joker. Picks up the kill. And it has been a heavy kill-based match so far.
Fantastic read from Zero Mobility to say, you know, I have the Cell Division up, we can go in on this. Found the CC, went at the perfect time. Great death sentence from John Den, so putting Jokar exactly where he wants to be. 5-2-2 on the Tristana. Has the 2,000 gold, so he's able to now get his BF sword, closing in on that Infinity Edge, and a huge power spike for this hyper carry.
Yep, absolutely. Tristana very close to that Infinity Edge now. Especially you mentioned that BF sword, and that's only 645 gold from there to an Infinity Edge, so pick that one up early, be good. But let's throw it back on the opposition. Jinx has already picked up her Infinity Edge. Yep,
now it looks like from this, I mean, from that long sword, she can go Bork, she can go Last Whisper. She has a lot of things before her, although Glorian now caught up in the top lane.
Yep, absolutely not making the best trades, but here is Wedge, and Wedge has been making these ganks happen. Flashes behind, gets the knockback on towards Herbobird. Will they go in for the kill? Yeah, they will. And it will be picked up by that flying unicorn pony. He swings his guitar sword thing and just gets a lot of kills.
I don't think Cyanor should go in on this, trying to find an execute,
he does. Yeah, he's looking for some damage on towards Calorian, and Calorian all of a sudden just says, nope, I'm stronger. Forced to burn the Let's Bounce. The ultimate's still available for Hecarim, the Onslaught of Shadows. Ooh, Tim the Pope, great dodge on the Rocket Grab in the mid lane, will keep himself alive. So this time, he's going to be totally safe, but Onslaught of Shadows is available, and no Let's Bounce. Could this be Dragon number 2?
Dragon has spawned numbers advantage, obviously, swinging their way down towards that. They have good potential to burst it. Tristana has picked up a Riot, though, so 80 carries pretty even. See if they... Ooh! His life flashed before his eyes.
But no, Joker comes in on the other side. This is a little bit aggressive. Blitzcrank's looking for the knock-up. Can he find it? Will it be the rocket jump over the wall? Yes, it will. And Joden is coming in from the side as well, looking for a Death Sentence. This is tense times. We're going to see a first 5v5 fight. Death Sentence will miss. And Wedge is still thinking about that initiate. Remember, ultimates on the junglers are down for our red side, but up for blue. Now, where's he going to go? Building up those orbs is 100 skills. They're looking for anything that they can find right now. Team is split over onto the red side. They're trying to get into this pit. Rocket Grab number 2. Thunderstrew doesn't find anything. And now Calorian's here as well. Rift walks to be with his team. He stacks some damage up. They're trying to group up and trying to do something. Haven't started off this dragon so far. They know they're stronger. They have to know they're stronger right here, Frosk.
Definitely, especially the fact that Cyanor doesn't have less bounce, doesn't have his Cell Division, and doesn't have health, but Herbie's going to go in.
Calorian, he's going to be the focus. The ball was put down in the middle of the fight. Onslaught of Shadows go down, but there was a Death Sentence on the straight in front. Look at the Mega Deathstroke, and picks up 1 kill. Cassidy picks up a second. He's going deep. He's looking for Tim the Pope. Shockwave will pick up multiple members, but now it's Tim the Pope alive. He's the only one left. He gets wiped out. A quadra kill for Dead Internal. 2 in 2 games, and a 5-0 team fight and the Dragon. Wow.
History of that fight was the Jinx rocket into a box. That was a fantastic box from Thresh right now. I think that got at least 4 members, possibly 5. With that, they're going to swing the Dragon, they're going to swing the tower, and they're going to swing, what was a quadra kill to Dead Internal? Oh, looking for more, too.
Yeah, I mean, he picked up one last game, almost picked up the Penna. Whoever the scumbag was this time, I believe it was Cassidy, Calorian, stealing away his kill. He's not going to be happy about that one. Last time he threw away his own life to the turret trying to pick up the Penta. But this time it's going to be the Scumbag teammates. And 6k gold swing in favor right now of SupRyzeImBack.
Let's look at the pocket money on Jinx right now. Going back with just shy of 3,000 gold to her name. See if what that longsword's going to become. Immediately buys a Phantom Dancer.
Doesn't even build off the longsword. Wow.
Huge power spike. Doesn't have any lifesteal, only has that Doran's Blade, so I expect to see some lifesteal coming out next. Could still go for that Last Whisper, have kind of the classic core item. That said, not facing a lot of armor. The only armor is a single chain vest on Zac right now.
Yeah, I mean, you can understand that, though. There's 2 AP threats. So, Zac, though, he needed to focus more on that bottom lane, picked up some armor to try and deal with it, and that's the wise move for this portion of the game. Phantom Dancer. Wow, I just couldn't believe he just went straight for the Phantom Dancer. Hook on what's in the pipe! That is one dead Orianna. And there can't be any ball carrier if you ain't got no ball.
One really fun thing about Jinx, typically you see Shivs built on her. The issue why you're seeing... The reason why Shiv is so strong, obviously, is they start this Baron, of course, is because of how Get Excited works. You have to think that she's going to get more damage out of it than any other AD carry just because she's immediately going to get excited and it's going to immediately proc Shiv again. The issue though with Phantom Dancer, of course, is you need that crit to make IH viable, but also with the Get Excited proc and the unique passive of Phantom Dancer to allow her to move through creeps is it's pretty cool.
This Baron was incredibly risky. It was only 3-manned up, and now Cheeto's Rule will find the hook on a Herbo Bird, pops the Dominus out, but Blitzcrank has the mana barrier right there. Death Sentence on 100 skills, but that is Jodin out of position, and Jinx is just finding rockets for days. Will miss the Mega Death Rocket because of a nice flash. Onslaught of Shadows misses as well. Joker finds the Buster Shot and 1 kill on towards that Blitzcrank, but Hecarim said to pick that one up. In the meantime, Cassidy goes to the chase. Will finally find and slay Jodin, and 8-kill advantage. 1 Baroned up team, and this is 9k on the board for Froskurinn. Seems like he made the correct call at champion select.
The one bright spot that they have right now is that Tin the Pope is still alive. That's their big anti-siege. We'll see if he's able to hold it off. Doesn't have the blue buff available to him. Competing against the region of Baron. Cannot afford to get locked up.
It's actually going to go in. Shockwave comes down, but it means nothing. Dead Internal picks up a kill, and now he's going to be excited around that turret. Forced into the base. Incredibly immobile carry. Could be in trouble. Cyanor just not there and looking for kills right now. He's eating rockets to the face. Look at the damage from that Jinx. That crit is doing work, and it's going to force them away. There's enough to force the guys from SupRyzeImBack away, but they have the Baron, they have turrets, and they almost picked up more kills before they even healed from the last fight.
Such an advocate of Jinx. Great job seeing her do well. Although Kalorian is going to die to, I think he got lucky and he killed the minis. Oh, nope, they're still there. Gets out with a sliver of his health. I think the Baron regen saved him. I think he was about to feed to red buff.
Oh, Baron, OP. Dread Internal picks up that red buff as well. And now it's such a superior range, 155 to 123. Let's look at experience, 11 to 12. So Tristana's only a little bit behind the Jinx, but Jinx caps out with her range at level 9. Tristana's got to wait till level 18.
Definitely. Their ranges are very similar, though very close. Tristana, fed. The issue is that the gold is more spread out on the side of SupRyzeImBack. You have a 4-1-6 Cassidy able to get to that back line. You have a 5-1-10 Hecarim, obviously very able to get to that back line. And then you have the 10-4-7 Jinx. So even if they get the Jinx, they still have backup damage threats. And then with the global execute, there's just so many tools that even with Tristana's range, even with her Buster Shot, her Rocket Jump, she's still not really ever safe anywhere that she is on the map.
Yeah, absolutely. Is this the perfect composition for countering around that Tristana late game?
It's definitely what they're trying to do with it helps them. I don't think Blitzcrank is really the is a good pickup here, but obviously it's working out for him. 1, 3, and 14 has his talisman, has a blasting one too, and a tier.
Well, that's why that mana barrier was so big in the last fight. He's going to be clearing out some wards right now, whilst the rest of his team builds up their damage. Zap coming out, so they'll have an idea of where they are in that region. But look at this, they've just got map control, rotate to the top lane, pick up the turret. Jinx gets excited. She's having fun. She's destroying stuff. That's what I like to see about Jinx.
Looks like it's also going to be a BT as a third item. Typically you see it as like a fourth, but again, there's not a lot of armor to compete with, so it doesn't need that last whisper quite yet.
Oh, well, Siege now in towards this top lane. Heckram's dancing. He's having fun. Play your guitar. Press the B button. I want to see you play a guitar. They gotta pick up this ward over the wall with the Jinx range too. Wow. Pink ward planted down, and they just cannot defend it from Team Zero mobility. They just have no gold, no presence, no nothing right now.
They found the correct placement this time around. They placed it closer to the trees, but there's
hook over the wall. Zionol's in trouble. No one can follow him up. Cell Division gets popped. And he'll get picked up in just a second. Jokar's trying to do damage. Ooh, eats a lot of damage in response from Syndra. So they're desperate power. Dead Internal takes a bunch from Tim the Pope. I don't think he'll do that one again. And now they set up with the numbers advantage to really just try and take down this outer portion of the base. They're gonna get this inhibitor turret pretty much uncontested. Cassidy goes forward just to start doing damage. Stun comes out from Cinder as well. They're looking for some lockup. Death Sentence on towards Galorian. He can just rift walk away. Onslaught of Shadows goes through. And a Blitzcrank grab on towards Joker. He's forced to jump out. He's not doing any damage. Thresh is now going to drop. Tim the Pope is the next focus. They will pick him up. Tristana will trade out for Jinx. So Cassidy forced to flash. We'll pick that one up. Blitzcrank in the meantime says, hey, I want a ward. Inhibitor's going to go down. Blitzcrank will go back in and look for something, but in the meantime, Heckram's going to be dropped down. 100 skills. He's trying to run away from this one. Will get out. Dominus has been popped by Herbobird. He's looking for some slice and dice. We'll call the Meek in the meantime. But, oh, Hook does fly out towards Herbobird. Cheeto's Rule gets the stun, and out comes the Desperate Power. Sorry, Unleashed Power coming from 100 skills. And man, he's just got damage. He's got a lot of gold in his pocket, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, 2K. He's going to go back and pick up a lot of items. And Frosk, this one's all but over.
Yeah, I will say that the throw almost came though, in the form of Blitzcrank pulled Herbie there into the middle of his team, all very low health. It would have been one, I think it's Fury, the resource that he used, Furied Cole of the Meek, and it would have been game over, but thank goodness 100 skills had his ultimate, was able to change the CC and find the kill there, but I think everyone held their breath for a second. He wanted that triple kill.
Yeah, he was thinking about it. He saw it in reach, was an option. Joker, gonna take away double columns. There's not really anything that you can hand to this Tristana to try and get her big and try and get her in this game and making plays right now.
And this is why I went with this team. SupRyzeImBack. And this is why I went with them again. They quickly take the dragon, but now they're rotating the mid. They recognize that, okay, what's the easiest objective on the map now that Baron isn't in play? It's going to be that last standing second tier bot tower. Obviously, Baron's set up. We can afford to have everyone bot, not like, even if they didn't, they have the mobility that they could get to Baron anyway if it was pressured. But it's just that they're so smart and effective in playing with the map pressure, playing with the creep waves, making sure that they're on the objectives that they need to be. There's so many teams, especially in kind of the semi-professional circuit, that just will fight for the sake of fighting. But these guys only fight over objectives. They're not here to play deathmatch. They're here to play League of Legends.
Yep, absolutely rotating the bottom lane. Don't forget as well in the chat, the raffle has started. Type in !ticket and then your number of tickets that you want to enter. I believe you can only enter it with one ticket, so everyone's going to have an even chance. I entered it for a bit of fun, but if I win it, I'll throw it back out and they can re-raffle it off. But now in the meantime, pushing up in towards this bottom lane, you mentioned Baron spawns now pretty much 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Baron is live. It's hungry, it's in that pit, it wants to eat someone, but I think it's going to get eaten pretty shortly.
I actually think the game's probably going to end before the second Baron. They can't afford to dive. Here comes the dive.
In comes that Talisman Ascension, Cheeto's Rule, Onslaught of Shadows as well to split up the team fight. They pick off Renekton, and Herbobird just gets burst out. Oh, great shockwave towards directly on towards Dead Infernal, and now it is going to be Joker jumping through to pick that one up, but Cassidy just ruins the team. Can he find one more kill? The Fountain will be the saving grace right there. 100 skills, don't care. He's got skills and kills and skills for days. Now it's beating on towards the Nexus turrets. GG's coming out in the chat. This is going to be 2 games for O, picked up by SupRyzeImBack, and maybe, just maybe, it was their puns that won them the day.
And this is exactly what we talked about. Yes, it was a fantastic shockwave. Tristana got the execute to follow it up onto that backline Jinx 10, 6, 13 out of the fight. But we talked about the gold is so spread over the team that they couldn't compete with Cassidy, and Ori does find something extra.
Yep, absolutely. Herbobird's going to be trying to defend that base by picking up kills, and he's working on it. Calorian as well, trying to get out of that base. And Syndra's going to pick herself up a Void Staff, a lot of damage, and others needlessly large as well, but there's one inhibitor down, minions trying to push in on towards the base. Kassadin, he's not quite done. He's going to come back into this base and look for something to... Right there. And 2 for 0. Surprise, I'm back. Jack's sayings, Rise puns, and everything all contained in one fancy little name.